the Del Sol needs an alternator. And I think this should be all the tools I need to do this in general. First step is to unplug your negative term. That's the positive. Negative is a 12 mil dang. Geez, I'm bad at this. Rotate, rotate until you're free enough to, and then just shove that somewhere pretty. And then remove your wheels with a handy dandy 19mm. Right there. Yep, perfect. Next step is to take your favorite scissor jack or hydraulic jack and just lift up the car. Gonna put this right into there. Even though I wish I had a seat now, but I don't. So the alternator is on by 2 bolts here and here. It's on by this ground wire and then this harness right here. I hope you can see all that too well. The bottom bolt I believe is a 14 and it needs to be accessed from below, and then the top one from the top. You'll see. I'm gonna try to get a good camera angle here. It should just be... The rubber brake line just ended my recording. Wow, that's crazy. It should just be right up in here. That bolt right there, that nut that you're looking at right there, that's what... yeah, that's what I have to remove. I think that's a 14. And then up top, flashlight off, 0.5 zoom, hate you Samsung. This 12mm right here, which is actually the thing that adjusts the tension on the belt. And then you also, it would be a good idea to have a pry bar. I've used the pry bar to tension the alternator, because that's what was working. And then the wiring harness on the back, which might be difficult to get to. And then the ground cable on top, which remove this boot on the harness. And that should just be an 8 or a 10mm right there. Yeah. I know YouTube isn't going to see this because even I can barely even see what I'm about to do. No, it's barely even too long, no. Alright, I have a second solution. I don't know what this is torqued down to, so I have a... this thingy with the swivel. I don't know, it's not swivel. I don't know what it's called. Put that one right there. Put this wrench right down here. I forget how this wrench trick works. God damn it. Almost, oh, it just wants it. I don't even need that much torque. It just comes loose. Yep. That's just hand snug now. I'll hand loose. This is the alternator one, right? Yeah, that's the alternator bolt. My hand is getting a little dirty, but I don't really care. There are bolts on the other end. That's not, I don't know what that is, but it's gotta come out, so. There's the nuts. Casually drop that, and then on the other side of the alternator, what is this thing anyways? Alternator bolt. Okay. Good thing that was easy to come out. Keep those two together. My new tripod is tall, but it still can't see. I'm gonna loosen up this 12mm right there, which is for the tension. I'm gonna loosen it with the, get it on the bolt itself. It shouldn't be too tight. Maybe in my case it's super freaking tight. So I tightened it down to infinity and beyond. Ow. Ow and dang it at the same time. I mean, I got it loose, but that just hurt a little bit. Alright, now that I broke it loose, I could just... To get that 10mm down there, I have this swivel, and it might be easier just to not remove the power steering line, but remove the bracket that holds it on first. It just bolts onto the intake manifold. You could... oh, I don't even need to move it out of the way, I just needed to loosen it. Nice. Getting this bolt right here. That took a little more torque than I thought to loosen that. Man, I'm happy the screwdriver counts, it doubles as an extension. That's cool. The ground looks really clean. Wait a minute. Get you off the tripod. The ground looks really, really clean. Almost like this motor doesn't have 40,000 miles on it. We think this motor has like 40K on it. And then I have my thumb on the top of the electrical connector and my pointer finger pushing in on the horrible camera angle, sorry. This is in a weird angle. I'm glad it only plugs in one way, but it still doesn't help the fact that. But now the alternator is ready to come out. And now I'm just gonna make sure that the threading for this one fits in here. Would you look at that? It does. That's nice. And I know you still really can't see what's happening. I wish I could get the tripod a different angle, but I know I can. I'm just refusing to. Alternator is dangling on by hopes and dreams, jack shit, nothing. I'm wanting it to just fall. It's in by a little bit of friction on the bracket down below. But it just unlines with it and then falls onto maybe the subframe or something. It comes out from below. Let me try to describe it as best as possible. Let me describe this. Ow, my head. So here's the alternator. It has to go up a few inches inward toward the exhaust and fall down around the exhaust area. Around this open space is where it has to fall. I won't be able to get this on camera, so I'll let you know when I get it out. My theory was mostly right here with having it go this way, but one thing I did not predict, let's see if I can get a zoom in on that. Okay, what's happening is that I need needle nose pliers because the wiring harness for the alternator is on the... Oh, I can hear the sewage from there. Cool. Anyways, the wiring harness is, you can maybe see it, bracketed right there. So I need to remove the bracket. Instead of unclipping the bracket right there, I am taking an 8mm wrench on the opposite end and unscrewing it because I cannot unclip it, so I am unscrewing it from whatever. I should be fine doing this. It's the old alternator. Now the alternator is free, but it's also being like on all these lines at the same time. Oh my goodness. Trying to get the alternator out from down here isn't working, so I'm loosening these two 14mm bolts, which I did need a deep 14mm and a breaker bar to get to. And I broke them loose, and this is the bracket for the alternator that I believe just bolts onto the engine block. I hate to do it, hate to say it, tried not to, but I have to lift up the motor. So I'm going to put the car on the jack stand, I'm going to put that and this on the oil pan just a little bit, not a lot, to lift up the motor just a few inches to get it out. Oh, and there's the bracket, by the way. That thing sucked to get out, and I don't know the torque spec on that, so I'm going to put some Loctite on the bolts and just snug it as much as I can, because those were hard to get off even with the breaker bar. In reality, lifting up the motor did not do anything helpful, so I went down here instead. I took I think it was a 10 or 12mm flare nut wrench. I loosened one of the power steering lines, and on someone else's car this might not be the greatest idea because there's power steering fluid in the system, but this car needs a new rack and pinion, so I just decided to loosen up the thing anyways, and I got the old alternator out. What brand is this thing? Oh, it's the original. Nippon Denso alternator, made in Japan. This is the original 30-something-year-old alternator. Holy shit. Always compare the old and new parts. The ground here looks great. Ground here looks alright. The wiring harness connector looks the same. That is such a shine in my eyes. Oh my gosh, the camera angle is probably atrocious. These parts look the same to me. This one, there's the part number for that. Even though it's made in China, the Rock Auto listing did say OEM manufacturer Denso, and it did list a bunch of Mitsubishi, Nippon Denso, made in Japan. This one was made in China, but I'm pretty sure it'll be alright. Better than this one. This one's already failed. It would make a very loud squealing noise, and the battery light kept on flashing, so, alternator. I got this bracket nice and snug on there. I gotta get the alternator into it. It's currently upside down. Gotta tighten those two lines with a 12 and 17mm flare nut wrench. Oh shit, can I even get to the 17 with the 12 on there? Crap. Yeah, this isn't much of a tutorial at this rate. It's more of I'm just updating you where I'm at. While I'm here, I thought I should mention this little slide pin here. It had to be slid out just a little bit for the alternator to fit. Similar to the 2ZZ and 1ZZ's Toyota power steering pump. I just used a pair of vice grips, and I just put one side on the back, one side on the other side, clamped it down. It came out really easily. If anything, just a few millimeters. This might be a little overkill, but it's fine. The alternator now fits in there. Up top, I got this bracket tightened for the power steering pump. Motor mounts tightened down. Reservoir, I had to move it away for a moment. Put that back in. Alternator ground is on there. Wiring harness is in there. This the tension part is tightened down. The bracket for the alternator tightened down. Power steering lines tightened down. Everything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Alright, so when I start this up, I'm expecting no belt squeals, and I'm expecting the alternator to charge the battery appropriately. Let's see what happens. Alternator works. No belt squeals. You heard the power steering pump that because not only did a lot of fluid come out, but the power steering rack leaks to begin with. So power steering pump is good. Alternator is brand new. The AC compressor already failed, so I don't even have the belt connected. That's going to be very fun to get on, by the way. It works. Alternator is replaced. The only thing I need to do to actually drive the car is to put the wheel back on and make sure there's no tools underneath. I'm stepping on everything right about now, but I think I'm just gonna shove all the tools in the passenger seat and go take a shower because I am cutting this close when getting ready for work. But the Del Sol is fine, and that's 2 videos today. Hell yeah! Ah, there's a red ant. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching me do this, because this was not fun to do.